Mock draft from Mel Kiper came out, and he had him taking Jamin Davis from Kentucky linebacker at 26. What do you make of that? That was a curious one to me.
Yeah, I think that from a national perspective, I've noticed that they have been more off than they usually have been. Partly because they look at this Browns roster and they say, well, where are the holes? And there are not many holes. So they look at linebacker and think, well, we should probably give them one of these linebackers in the late first round. And Jamin's a good player. Like, I have no problem. He tested off the charts. He's raw in pass coverage, but he's athletic enough to make up for some of those mistakes. Plays downhill, is aggressive. I like him. I just don't see the Browns investing in that position like a first round pick would be an investment. I just have a hard time seeing that come to fruition. If they do pick a linebacker, Jamin is fine. I would have no problem picking him, and I think he would help the Browns, and he would bring a versatile skill set along the lines of Jacob Phillips. But again, I would just be based on the evidence that we have from Andrew Berry, his drafts that he was tied to Cleveland before he left for Philadelphia. Now coming back, what we've seen, we know two things. They tend to go young. They tend to go young. They tend to go 22 and younger. And they typically, because obviously then you get to your second contract 24, 25 years old. And then typically they value certain positions and they devalue others. And linebacker is one of those devalued positions. So I'm not saying they won't take a linebacker, but in my opinion, I just would be very surprised if they took one before round 3. And especially the addition of Anthony Walker this year tells me that they feel good about their group. But I could be wrong about this. I just, from my hunch and my discussions with folks who are in the circle of understanding these things, it does not seem like a thing that they would do. My hunch, as we talk about this early, is corner, D end. They could potentially trade down, or I'm sure we're going to talk about another position here momentarily that they could take. But listen, there are linebackers that would be interesting. In my opinion, the first linebacker I would be interested in, who's not a linebacker, he's a rover, he's a hybrid player, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah from Notre Dame. I just think he's gone by the time the Browns get to him because he's so versatile and he's such a good player in space. But if he's there, I'm all about it. He would help their defense at the second and third levels immensely. And then if you're looking at just pure linebacker, I would be on the Jamin Davis hype train there a little bit more than Zaven Collins because Jamin's a more athletic player at the size, weight that they would probably desire. So that's kind of my guy if they go traditional linebacker. But Owusu-Koramoah, from a versatile standpoint, coverage, ability to play in space, experience doing so in college, is definitely the guy to keep your eye most on if they go that position.